Hello and welcome to Making Moves. I'm Bill Milnes. As you might imagine, much of our show will be dedicated today to the coronavirus. We will show you the many measures JTA has been taking to keep both its customers and employees safe while still trying to provide transit service to the local community. How the JTA is helping local restaurants stay above water, and we'll show you how JTA used a 3D printer to help fight off the coronavirus. We begin, though, at the Mayo Clinic, but not for reasons you might think. As most of our viewers know, we talk a lot on this show about JTA's plans to incorporate autonomous vehicles into the transit network here. What we didn't expect was to be talking about it again, now, during a pandemic. But the COVID-19 pandemic is exactly why we are talking about it. As fear, confusion, and uncertainty gripped our community, the nation, and countries across the globe, JTA and the Mayo Clinic were busy finding a solution on how to expedite coronavirus testing using autonomous vehicles. So let's go over to Studio 2V now, where we're joined by Making Moves senior correspondent Eugene Lindsay. Eugene, both Mayo and JTA are known for making headlines in their respective areas of expertise, but this is news on a global scale. Impressive no matter how you look at it.
Yes, Bill, you're absolutely right. What Mayo and the JTA were able to accomplish here using autonomous vehicles to expedite the coronavirus testing process was a remarkable feat and a true example of the forward-thinking and pioneering spirit of both companies. And like you said, Bill, it's getting attention around the globe. The Jacksonville Transportation Authority and Mayo Clinic are two companies that are widely known for leadership and innovation in their respective fields. Now the two have joined forces in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. When Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville, Florida began offering drive-through testing for the coronavirus out in a distant on-campus parking lot, the JTA saw this as an opportunity to play a key role and partner with Mayo to help flatten the curve in this pandemic.
JTA approached Mayo and said, would there be any interest in using 4 of these autonomous vehicles that they had in an effort to transport supplies on our campus. And so that resonated, and within a week from that first phone call, the autonomous vehicles were deployed on our campus and transporting samples, COVID samples from our drive-through testing facility.
Everybody really jumped on it pretty quickly, recognizing the impact this could have, recognizing the magnitude of the current COVID-19 pandemic, and that this could be something that can really help the situation here in Jacksonville and on the Mayo campus. And so everybody really stepped up pretty quickly.
So the JTA team quickly set up a mobile command center on the Mayo campus to monitor the operation, and then called in a couple of their key partners to lend a hand. Navya, a French manufacturer of autonomous vehicles, assisted with route configuration and software installation. The company's CEO says the opportunity to work together with these organizations in an effort to provide a dedicated COVID-19 testing solution represents our goal as a company, and that's to create a more accessible solution in the moments that matter, whether that be crisis, shortage in manpower and resources, or other areas we can't provide aid in. Also, autonomous vehicle provider and solutions company Beep supplied 3 of the 4 AVs that are being used in this project.
It's so important you can pull together a public-private partnership like this, where you see industry coming together with the public entity here in the Jacksonville Transportation Authority in the city of Jacksonville, coupled with Mayo Clinic and our other technology partners. It's awesome to see what we can do in a very short period of time when we get all aligned behind the same goal.
The goal here is to get the test samples collected from the parking lot to the lab quickly and with minimal contact.
We have a limited staff on our campus who are embroiled in caring for patients. And so this represents an opportunity for us to help them not only with the transportation of these potentially contaminated specimens to our processing laboratory, avoiding unnecessary exposure of the virus to our staff, but also freed them up to do more important things.
One of the key goals of what we're doing is to further reduce any exposure that humans may have, medical professionals may have, in transporting these samples. And so we are operating in what's called autonomous level 4, which basically designates that we're operating in a very safe environment, but with no driver on board.
COVID-19 team, stand by for launch, giving command to Navya now for deployment.
The journey from the collection site to its drop-off point in front of the Vincent Stabile building takes about 3 minutes to complete. While the vehicle may travel in a completely autonomous state, it is programmed to recognize any obstructions and can come to a complete stop should anything crosses its path. And while on this pilot project on the Mayo campus, an extra measure of security accompanies each run. An escort vehicle trails just behind the AV, and attendants roll along on scooters to ensure its safe arrival.
I think this is a really good use case as we move forward with the Ultimate Urban Circulator project, especially as we look to develop and deploy a fleet of autonomous vehicles downtown in the urban core of Jacksonville. So by taking an innovative and a very bold approach to leveraging autonomous vehicle, artificial intelligence, and machine learning to actually transport COVID-19 specimens on the Mayo campus, we're able to interact and see and understand in real time how the vehicles react to some of the things that we may see in the future as we deploy our project in the downtown urban core.
This particular project really has generated a significant amount of interest, not just within the institution and across the enterprise, but even nationally and internationally with a lot of interest. I think our Arizona and Rochester colleagues are particularly interested to see how this works out for us. There's certainly interest in perhaps deploying similar kinds of technologies on those campuses too. So I think that it's been a resounding success. I think that what this has allowed us to do is in a very real world way test the feasibility of using these autonomous vehicles on our campus. And it's also allowed JTA the ability to actually deploy them in a real world setting too. So I think both the JTA as well as Mayo are obtaining really important data to help us understand how we can deploy these in the future.
So Bill, I think the broader topic here and what I was struck by most is Mayo's and JTA's commitment to innovation in caring for people in their respective fields. The JTA on being on the cutting edge of transporting people and serving the community, and Mayo Clinic being at the forefront of identifying new and better ways of caring and meeting the needs of people and their patients. This is a wonderful example of ingenuity and partnership on behalf of both companies, particularly when it comes to joining forces to do whatever it takes in the fight against the coronavirus pandemic. Bill?
It's really remarkable how quickly this initiative all came together. Congratulations to everyone at JTA, the Mayo Clinic, Beep, and Navya for this remarkable achievement. Technology and ingenuity at its finest. Eugene, Lindsay, thank you. Great job as always.